Combining the pedigree of a literary classic with the hack and slash of zombies gives this movie high marks on quirks, but unfortunately the rest of the film is a walking corpse. Monster Nation presents our review of Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Directed by Burr Steers, with a producer credit from Natalie Portman, this film appeared to be a second chance for Seth Grahame-Smith's material. He was the writer of the original novel and known for his other historical horror hybrid, Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. Jane Austen is considered a literary mastermind with her social commentary from a female perspective during the 1800s. Unfortunately for me, she was a snooze fest. Having the sudden appearance of a zombie outbreak is just what her books would have needed in order to keep my eyes open. Still, Pride and Prejudice is a romantic tale that has seen several adaptations, this being the only one I could get behind. However, even with the sword-wielding Bennet sisters, the film decomposes into a corpse of its own. So what was good about the movie? Well, the beginning. The start of the movie is wonderfully executed on two levels. There is a great opening sequence that features computer-animated puppet pop-ups that help make long exposition on how everyone in 19th century England are basically ninjas. I found it plausible and pleasing visually. The next standout part is when we see the Bennet girls suit up for a society ball. They don swords and guns, all conveniently complementing their evening wear. They let star Lily James keep her real waistline, unlike the CGI'd one she had in Cinderella this time. It comes in handy for the swashbuckling scene where the Bennet sisters become the Avengers in a blow-by-blow that ends in decapitations, shootouts, and all-around badassery. Even when introduced to Mr. Darcy, we get treated to a very plausible and simple way in which the undead are deduced. So with a great setup, what goes wrong with Pride and Prejudice and Zombies? Well, in my own personal opinion, the film spaces out the action and the horror far too much. It delivers a great opening of what we think we will be getting. Hot girls with muskets who take on a zombie apocalypse. Instead, it descends down into the same prim and proper snooze fest between an arrogant prick and a bookworm woman who won't succumb to societal expectations. The zombie attacks get peppered in almost as a reminder that the film itself seems to know that it's getting boring. The lovers spat as Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy reprimand each other through a physical fight is a highlight, along with the cameo of Lena Headey of Game of Thrones fame as the famous Catherine de Burgh. Things get a bit back on track towards the end with an all-out war with the zombies that entail a twist ending that wasn't all that clever. I wonder in some ways if the quirky combination of a literary classic with zombies is both its best and worst feature. On one hand, adding the horror movie humor of a zombie invasion to the title is what I felt made the original source material interesting again. To a wider audience, though, at least with the film version, it might have isolated its two respective audiences. Horror enthusiasts coming to see this might have found a little too much Jane Austen to weed through to have any fun with it. Fans of Austen's original work, who kept all the other adaptations alive, might find the work to be slaughtered quite literally by adding in zombies. Still, all the leads give great performances. On a personal note, I wanted to give a shout out to actress Ellie Bamber, who played Lydia Bennet, the youngest daughter, who was a pleasant performance. The film does try, and there is something for everyone. Perhaps it suffered most from trying to appease too many different audiences. Although it had its problems, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies was a unique experience in a blossoming subgenre that I hope continues to expand.